What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to skip the TCR because I had to adjust the velocity. I don't have time to do that. So this typically hits 60 joules, maybe 65, depending on the weather and stuff. I'm going to be using my HPA tank. It has adequate pressure. It's just under 2,000, and the output is about 800 psi, just about. 7.2 gram aluminum balls. This is the T4E HDB 7.5 joule version. Like all my other Umarex stuff, all I've done is pulled this valve block out. There's a piece in here you take out. Power goes from 7.5 joules up to like 50, 60. I'm using the HPA tank, obviously, so I'm going to get consistent pressure and power from it. And I'm going to be shooting my aluminum tray thing. I didn't pound it out. I just want to see if this will penetrate, because this is basically the strongest marker that I have at 60 or 65 joules. That's what I've gotten out of it in the past with these aluminum balls. So I'm going to put on my goggles. That's kind of angled, kind of like facing the ricochet is going to basically hit the trees. This is standing straight ahead, like I'm in direct line of this, so I'm gonna actually move to the side a little bit so that I don't get hit by ricochet, or hopefully don't get hit by ricochet. And I'm gonna assume the balls are gonna bounce off and hit over there somewhere. So yeah, I'm gonna put on goggles, air this thing up. I already have 8 rounds loaded in here, and we'll get this going. All right, you guys, I'm aired up. Everything's fine, no leaks. I bring my chrono out here. I'm probably just gonna chrono like one shot, just to double check on the speed and the joules basically. But yeah, every time I shoot this thing, it's hitting like 65 joules, 60 joules. So yeah, this is 7.2 gram balls, HDB modified, pretty basic mod, on the HPA tank and a remote line. All right, sorry about that. Had a little issue real quick. So here we go, first shot. 400. I'll do one more shot and then on the chrono it, and then I'll check out that pan. All right, second shot. $404. And that's a 7.2 gram aluminum ball. I'm gonna go check out the pan, or that sheet, right now. All right, guys. Geez. All right, so here's one shot, and here's the second shot. This is the reverse side of when I was hitting it with the what was this? This was the TR68, HDR68. Running on the remote line in the HPA tank. So these were pretty much like 35 joule hits. All these maybe the nylons down here were probably 27 or 30, but these are probably anywhere from 30 to 35. These were aluminum ball hits. And so yeah, these are fresh. These right here are the HDB, right here and right here. And you can see this protrusion from 60 joules, or whatever that 404 or 400 feet per second was. And this is the protrusion on the back of this from the second shot. So I'll hit this thing a few more times, probably 6 more times. I'll try to hit that same spot if I can. I'm not going to be doing the chrono anymore, because I already know this thing is just ridiculously powerful. I don't know what I don't have anything other than this HDB, which is stronger. That's the strongest thing I have. This metal, I always forget to mention it. This metal, I measured it, and it's 1/16 aluminum, 1/16 of an inch, or metric is like 1.5 millimeters. So it's not thin, but it's definitely not like super thick. But it is aluminum. It's not metallic. It's pretty light. But yeah, I don't have anything that will penetrate it, so I don't think I'm going to get anything more powerful than the HDB, because yeah, 60 joules is pretty insane for a less lethal. And I'm going to keep firing, put on my goggles again, so I'll be right back. Forgot to mention, I'm standing where the sticks are, and that's about 20 feet, maybe like 18 feet. So I'm going to take one step ahead and then aim at this thing. I'm standing angled from it, so to minimize ricochet coming toward me. But here's the third shot. All right, third shot. Fourth shot. To fix that. All right, so pretty sure third shot, fourth shot. So yeah, I'm gonna go back over there and start firing at this again. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to find those aluminums. So now I'm about 5 steps away from this thing. So I'm still angled, so they aren't bouncing at me. So if I get any that bounce at me, I'm not going to be this close anymore. Got one more shot. So yeah, this thing's just ridiculously powerful. Yeah, because it's just like stupid. This shotgun right now, some places have it on sale. I hit this same spot probably 2 or 3 times, it looks like. This thing's on sale right now. Some websites have it for 120 bucks, and usually it's like 190 or like 200 almost. But once you mod it, it's just ridiculous. Like, it's so powerful. And it's not concealable at all, but it's just insane. Like, this would be a really good home defense option. The only thing I've had an issue with it is my detent is still fine. I have the factory detent that keeps the balls in the barrel. But sometimes I have an issue where the next ball, like basically the second ball in the follower tube, it gets jammed up behind the first ball. So the first ball will like enter the breech area, and then the second ball will be like right here. And when you pull the trigger, the little I guess it's probably it's not exactly the hammer, it could be, I'm not sure what this is, the bolt, I guess. The bolt comes forward, and sometimes a ball's here and then a second ball's here, and the second ball gets stuck because this is trying to push both balls through. And it's just an issue I've had with this. So it doesn't happen all the time, but if it's on safe and I pull the trigger, it'll push the first ball in. Right now it's on safe. There's a trigger safety on here, this little button. So if it's on safe, if I do this, it'll push the first ball in, and then the second ball will kind of like get pushed into this spot because of this spring. And then when I try to fire, it gets like stuck. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, it happens. So since I have one more ball, I'll just take a shot at this, see what it does. And I'll check out my tank right now. So I was just kind of not hip firing, but just kind of looking at where I was going to be hitting, and that's pretty much where it hit. And this is the protrusion out the back. So yeah, this would definitely like totally mess up someone's day, especially if you miss and hit high or whatever, you know, whatever you're aiming at, it's gonna freaking destroy somebody. So yeah, I would almost consider this like lethal, especially if you hit them in the upper face area. they're not gonna get back up, or they'll just, yeah, it's not gonna be good. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll show you guys the tank right now. I'm just gonna pause it. All right, you guys, I degassed it, emptied out the air that was in there, and this tank was like, I think it was just a hair above 2000 or like 1900, and it's at 1500 now. So I think that was 8 shots, and then I degassed it and shot again, but the air pressure was off. But yeah, 8 shots took off about 500 psi from that big tank. This is not a small tank. This is pretty much the biggest aluminum tank that you can get, 62 cubic inches. So if I compare it to this mask, it's almost the same height as the mask. So, or like this duffel bag, it's just as tall as this duffel bag. And like, I'm not that big of a guy, but yeah, it's a fat tank. Yeah, that'll be it for this one. I'm not sure what 400 FPS was, or 404, but I know that's pretty damn high for an aluminum ball. I actually have my little paper in here, I think, so let me pause it really quick. All right, yeah, so 7.2 gram ball, 400 right there is 53.5 joules. I have gotten this thing to hit like 425 or like 430. I'm pretty sure it's just weather dependent, because yeah, I have videos of me using this, and it did hit 60 joules or 63 joules or something. So it's kind of cooler today. If the inside of that marker was a little bit warmed up, it'd probably perform a little bit better. I don't know if 60 joules will go through that. Maybe it will. I have no idea. It's pretty thick aluminum, and I'm shooting it with aluminum. So if I had like some sort of like steel pointed like shaped round that would actually fit in that thing, it might possibly penetrate, because steel's harder than aluminum, but I don't have any way of knowing currently. So anyways, thanks for checking it out. I'll show you guys this the back of this, just how much, like how thick those welts are, because that's like stupidly bent, like that's crazy. The 30 joule or 35 joule HDR was kind of like that welt in the middle of the screen, and it doesn't protrude out that much. Or like that one was probably it's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, I think because I was hitting in that same area, the 30 joule ones kind of blended in, because they're on the opposite end of where I was shooting the HDB at. But yeah, the 53 joule or 50 joule hits on this are like mountains. So yeah, thanks for checking it out, and stay safe out there.